Hi everyone, thank you all so much for joining us today in our first part of our graduate school series. This one will be focusing on before graduate school applications, and my name is Jenny.
My name is Maria. This is the process of before applying in general.
So let's go over our agenda. Over a general overview of graduate school, and then we're going to propose some questions you need to ask yourself to check in about whether or not you're ready for graduate school.
The planning the application process and kind of learning about letters of recommendation.
After that, we'll be focusing on research opportunities and learning about specific program, learning about graduate school. To give you the bland definition, it's graduate school constitutes an advanced program of study focused on a particular academic discipline or profession. Programs can either be research-based or professional degrees, and the timeline to complete a graduate degree depends on 3 different factors: the type of degree you pursue, desired subject area, and the specific institution at which you're going to be pursuing your degree. Let's jump into specifics. A research degree is a PhD typically funded by the university. So what this means is that they will give you a stipend and you're supposed to be able to live off of it, but the cost of living can be high, so please keep in mind and check in with specific programs and locations. You don't need a master's to apply for a PhD, so that's really good, so don't feel like you're going to be held back because of that. To apply for a master's, it's research-based usually and has a lot of courses as well, but these are also self-funded. Most of the time you might have to pay a part of that degree. A professional degree varies, but they're also self-funded, but it does prepare you to be a licensed professional. Dual degrees can be medical degrees partnered with like a master's. It all depends, so go into each university and see if maybe you are interested in a dual degree, what they have, but you must meet admission for both departments.
So now it's super important to really check in with yourself about whether or not you want to really pursue getting a graduate degree. So questions to consider are: what am I passionate about? Do I feel ready to continue my education? Am I financially stable enough to take on the cost of applying to graduate school? So can I pay for possibly $100 per application? Can I pay for the examinations such as the LSAT and the GRE? Maybe I want to take prep classes or buy a prep book, and kind of keeping that in mind that these also cost money. Would this add to my personal well-being? Would I be happy pursuing this degree? And why am I pursuing this degree? Generally, ask yourself why you really want to go to graduate school. So now planning when to apply. Graduate school is appropriate at any age and stage of life, so don't ever feel rushed to apply right away. Start early, at least 6 months in advance before applying to your applications. Talk to your mentors about grad school. Get advice from them on how they can help you. Time is everything, and due date, and keep in mind deadlines for every requirement.
Now moving on to letters of recommendation. Letters of recommendation are needed in so many different ways: jobs, fellowships, scholarships, graduate school. So just take this advice for anything really. Make a list of professors and or advisors who can speak really highly of you, who you have a great working relationship with, and who you know you've worked in multiple projects with. Set up an appointment with them to discuss your request in person. This can be really useful because you usually don't want to ask them through email. If you don't plan on applying for graduate school in a while, that's totally okay. Keep in touch with them, email them, updating them just about like any jobs, anything that's come up for you. And I think that's really helpful to maintain that relationship and so that they always remember who you are. Research opportunities you can start thinking about as soon as possible, or just whenever you feel ready and comfortable to do so. There's a lot of different ways to get involved, and some of them can be through internships, fellowships, jobs, volunteering. And I would say the best way to get in on research would be to talk to your faculty or graduate student and ask them, like, do you know any opportunities that are going on in the summer, right now, later? And an example of a summer one would be SURF, which is the one I did, and it's a summer undergraduate research fellowship at UC Irvine, and I was able to get GRE prep, I was able to get letters of rec from it, and I got to build such a great network. That's why I will be going for grad school. But there's so many different types, so just look out. There's some in Stanford, UCLA, University of Chicago, anywhere, and they usually have a stipend for you. And if they don't, well, you should think about if that's worth it for you. It doesn't always have to be academic based, so as long as you're passionate and it can really connect to your interests, that's totally okay. So working in a community center or anything like that can definitely work out.
So learning about programs, it's important to contact the program directly and get more detailed information such as the courses, the professors, costs, financial aid, and application forms. Evaluate these programs. So some factors to consider are the location, the student life, and faculty there. Check requirements for each department and school. A lot of them are very, very different in each school and each program. Narrow down your interest and decide what type of degree you'd like to pursue.
Stay tuned for part 2 during the grad application process. And if you need any helpful links, there's going to be a bunch of them below, so click on them. And if you have any questions, contact us at this email.
And we'll personally answer them.
Yes. Thank you all for watching. Bye.